He boarded that flight using a stolen identity. He jumped into the freezing darkness with $200,000 that wasn't his either. And somewhere over the Pacific Northwest, on a pitch-black November night in 1971, a man stepped off the back of a cruising airliner and slipped directly into thin air. No body was ever recovered. No parachute was ever found. And to this day, no one actually knows who he was. In 2016, the FBI officially shut down the cold case, telling the world the trail was dead. But in 2025, a quiet development surfaced that changed everything. To understand why the ghost of D.B. Cooper refuses to stay buried, we have to go back to the night before Thanksgiving, 1971. Portland, Oregon. A calm, calculated man in his mid-40s, dark sunglasses, pressed business suit, crisp black tie, buys a one-way ticket under the alias Dan Cooper. He orders a bourbon and soda, waits for takeoff. Then, with unnerving composure, hands a folded note to the flight attendant. He had a bomb. He wanted $200,000 in cash, and he wanted 4 parachutes. The airline had only one priority: get all 36 passengers off that plane alive. Every single demand was met without argument. His mastermind plan was unfolding flawlessly. But the real nightmare started when the airliner took to the sky once more, with almost no one left on board to stop him. With a bag of untraceable cash strapped to his chest and the cockpit crew ordered toward Mexico City, Cooper made his final move: lower the aft stairs. Just picture this moment. High altitude, freezing, violent winds roaring through the open fuselage. A lone man standing on the edge of an open aircraft door, staring down into a wall of black. Somewhere over southwestern Washington, he stepped out into the void. The crew never saw him hit the ground. Nobody did. And right there, the case spiraled into an obsession that would haunt federal investigators for the next half-century. The FBI interviewed over 800 suspects. They narrowed it down to 24 prime targets, yet not a single name could be pinned down. The official story was that the case had gone cold forever, sealed away in 2016 when the FBI threw in the towel. The truth? It wasn't erased. It was buried in the archives. Every piece of physical evidence, including the cheap clip-on tie Cooper left behind on seat 18C, was preserved, waiting for technology to catch up. And in October 2025, the FBI quietly unsealed hundreds of newly declassified documents, exposing hidden details about Cooper's specialized flight knowledge and the prime suspects they kept secret. The investigation didn't die in 2016. It just went underground. This isn't just a vintage hijacking story. It's a chilling reminder of how a single piece of untouched evidence can sit in the dark, waiting for the right forensic breakthrough. The exact genetic profiling tools that finally gave names to unidentified victims decades later have never been fully tested on Cooper's tie. Most people believe this mystery is unsolvable, but now you know it's simply unfinished. Somewhere inside a Washington, D.C. evidence locker, a cheap $1.49 tie is still sitting in the dark, waiting for an answer. If you believe stories like this deserve to be told in full, hit that subscribe button and help us unearth the next one. Next time on Shadow Chronicles, we dissect a case where the evidence wasn't hidden at all. It was standing in plain sight the entire time.